So, by using the two-dimensional hexagonal close packing arrangement, we are going to study the arrangement of particles in the three-dimensional manner. So, this is nothing but one of the plane. So, this plane, in between the particles, there will be a presence of many number of voids. A. So, all the five voids are having same dimension. That means all the five are same. So then we are going to observe the presence of another kind of void. It is called B void and also B void. So all the three are having the same manner. So if you want to place the other plane above the first plane, so the first plane is called the A plane, and we are placing the another plane above the first plane. So in such a way that we are closing the void B. So by closing the void B, so we are placing another plane like this. Okay. So second particle belongs to second plane like this. So only by closing the void B, we are placing the particles belongs to second plane in this way. So the particles belongs to second plane is not exactly above the first plane, hence we can take it as the B plane. So if you want to place the third plane above the second plane, there were two different ways of representation of the particles belongs to the third plane. So in what way? So if we can also close the void A by placing the particles belongs to the third plane. So there is one more way of representation of the particles belongs to third plane by closing the new void C. So this is nothing but the new void C which is created in between the particles belongs to the second plane. So this the particle belongs to second plane, second sphere and also the third sphere. So in between these three spheres, there is a formation of one of the void. So this is nothing but the new type of void is called the C void. So there is a formation of C void. So if you want to place the third plane above the second plane, there were two different ways of representation. So either by closing the void C or by closing the void A. So if you want to close the void A, you will represent one more sphere belongs to second plane. So if you want to close the void C, void A, so there is a way of representation of particles belongs to the third plane. So if you want to represent, if you want to place the third plane above the second plane, so there is one more way. So by closing the void C, we are going to represent the particle belongs to the third plane, which is exactly above the first plane. That means by placing the particles belongs to third plane, by closing the void C, so the third plane is exactly the mirror image of the first plane. We can take it as A and also B like this. So in that way we are going to observe this kind of AB type of representation of the particles belongs to the three-dimensional arrangement. So another way is, so we are placing the particles belongs to third plane by closing the A void. So if we place the particles belongs to the third plane by closing the void A, we are going to observe another different types of the arrangement of particles. So C plane is formed. So this C plane is different from that of the AB planes. Hence that type of arrangement can also be taken as ABC type of arrangement. So almost this ABC type of arrangement of particles formed is similar to the second manner. So it's also ABC type of arrangement. It's also ABC type of arrangement. So the particle belongs to the third plane. So are to be arranged by closing the void C, new void C formed. So the type of arrangement can be taken as AB type of arrangement of particles. Okay. So we have studied the arrangement of particles present in the crystalline solid in one-dimensional manner, two-dimensional arrangement of particles and also three-dimensional arrangement of particles. Next, let us study the different types of voids. So what are voids? Voids are nothing but the empty spaces. empty gaps exist in between the arrangement of particles. So in a closed packed arrangement of particles, there will be a presence of small gap which is not occupied by the particles. So all these are nothing but the different voids which are present in between the particles of the closed packing arrangement. So that kind of the empty gaps or the interstitial spaces exist between the particles which is not occupied by the particle can be taken as a void. So what is a void? The interstitial spacing in between the particles after the closed packing arrangement which is not occupied by the particles can be taken as a void. It is also called as interspatial space. Interstitial space. Okay. So next, what are different types of voids? So there were two different types of voids. The first one is called a tetrahedral void and the second is called a octahedral void. So what is meant by a tetrahedral void? What is meant by a tetrahedral void? So first we will observe the arrangement of particles belongs to a single plane. So particles are arranged in a single plane in this way by using the hexagonal closed packing arrangement. So if we place, there is one of the gap and the void which is in between the three spheres belongs to the single plane. So if we place one more plane above the single plane, first plane, in such a way that we are closing this void here. So this void. So by closing this void, we are placing one of the sphere belongs to the second plane in this way. Okay. So that void is present in between four spheres. The first sphere, second sphere, third sphere and the fourth sphere. So in between four spheres, there is a presence of one of the void. That void can be taken as a tetrahedral void. So the three spheres belongs to single plane. So we are placing the plane, second plane. So in such a way that the particle belongs to second plane should be above the void, this void. Okay, so that kind of void obtained in between four spheres can be taken as a tetrahedral void. So then how can we define a tetrahedral void? Tetrahedral void is nothing but the empty gap between the four spheres or four particles which are arranged in a tetrahedral manner. Like this. So in between the tetrahedral four spheres, there is a presence of the empty gap. So that type of gap obtained can be taken as a tetrahedral void. So here first, second and third spheres belongs to single plane. We are placing the another plane in such a way that so the sphere belongs to second plane should be above these three spheres. So we are closing this void which is present in between the three spheres by placing the other sphere belongs to second plane. So this type of arrangement can be taken as tetrahedral arrangement and the void present in between the four spheres can be taken as tetrahedral void. And how can we define tetrahedral void? Tetrahedral void is defined as the empty gap exists between the four spheres which are arranged in a tetrahedral manner. And then we will go for the octahedral void. The second type of void can be taken as the octahedral void. So how can we define this octahedral void? So before going to define the octahedral void, we will arrange the particles. So first we will take the arrangement of particles belongs to the single plane. Like this. So we have taken the three spheres which are present in the single plane, which are close to one another by forming one of the void interstitial spacing. Okay, so next we have to place one more plane above the first plane in such a way that so we are placing the arrangement of particles should be in a tilted manner. So that means so we are placing the second plane particles in this way. That means so we are having the three spheres like this, and this all the three spheres belongs to the single plane, and we are placing the spheres belongs to second plane in a tilted manner, not exactly one above the other and not exactly at the center. So we are placing the other particles belongs to second plane in a tilted manner like this. Like this. Not one above the other, no. So in a tilted manner like this. Okay, so such type of arrangement can be taken as octahedral arrangement, and there is an existence of gap between 6 spheres. So 3 spheres from the first plane and 3 spheres from the second plane. So in between 6 spheres, there is a presence of one of the void or the gap. So that void can be taken as the octahedral void. So then how can we define octahedral void? Octahedral void can be defined as the interstitial gap between the 6 spheres which are arranged at the 6 corners of an octahedron. So such type of spheres or such type of arrangement, by using that arrangement of particles, we have studied the 2 different types of the void, that is called tetrahedral and also octahedral voids. Okay, next we will study the packing efficiency. So what is packing efficiency? So before going to study the packing efficiency, in case of any solid, there is the orderly arrangement of particles in a 3-dimensional manner. So arrangement of particles present in a 3-dimensional manner. So in that case, if we observe the packing efficiency, so what is meant by packing efficiency? So we are observing the arrangement of particles in a 3-dimensional manner inside the crystalline solid. So in that arrangement, there is a presence of particles. So after the arrangement of particles, there is some gap in between the particles. So by leaving that gap, so what is the percentage of the space occupied by the particles that we have to calculate? Okay, so this is nothing but one of the crystalline solid. So in this crystalline solid, there is an arrangement of particles. Okay, this is one of the particles, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. So in between the particles, there is a gap. Okay, so what is the space occupied by the particles that is to be calculated? So in this 100% crystalline lattice, the space occupied by the particles can be taken as the packing efficiency. So what is meant by packing efficiency? Packing efficiency can be defined as the percentage of space. The percentage of space occupied by the particles. So in this close packing arrangement of particles, there is a presence of many number of gaps in between the particles. So by leaving that gap which is present in between the particles, so whatever the space occupied by the particles can be taken as the packing efficiency. So here also there is a presence of gap between the particles. So this is called a square close packing arrangement of particles, and this is called a hexagonal close packing arrangement of particles. So there is a gap between the particles also here in this case also. Okay, so by leaving these gaps in between the particles, whatever the space occupied by the particles can be taken as packing efficiency. So in both the cases, we will calculate the value of packing efficiency. So packing efficiency is more in which kind or which arrangement, that is square close packing and also hexagonal close packing. So in both the cases we will calculate the value of packing efficiency. So the close arrangement of particles will be there in case of hexagonal by leaving only a small gap in between the particles. The void size is more in case of square close packing, and also the void size is less in case of the hexagonal close packing. That means what is the packing efficiency? The percentage of space occupied by the particles. That means packing efficiency is more in case of hexagonal close packing, and packing efficiency is less in case of square close packing. So square close packing is having the packing efficiency which is less, and in case of hexagonal close packing, the packing efficiency is more by comparing with the square close packing arrangement. So, good morning. morning students. So based on the last topic covered, so we have different types of I will have the questions. The first question is, how many Bravais lattices are there in the crystal systems? Total we are having 7 crystal systems. Out of 7 crystal systems, we are having 14 Bravais lattices. 14 Bravais lattices. So Bravais lattice means number of the unit cells formed from the 7 crystal systems. Okay. So which close packing arrangement is easy and which is difficult to express or represent? So cubic close packing arrangement is very easy because A is equal to B which is equal to C and alpha is equal to beta is equal to gamma. That means all sides are equal and all angles are equal in case of cubic system. Hence the easy way of representation of the close packed arrangement is in case of cubic close packing. That is A is equal to B is equal to Z and alpha is equal to beta is equal to gamma because of that reason. Next, it is difficult to represent means the triclinic. So in case of triclinic, A not equal to B not equal to C and alpha not equal to beta not equal to gamma. So because of this reason, it is difficult to represent the close packing arrangement of particles and also the units and representation. Okay. So next, which is what is a tetrahedral and what is an octahedral void? So tetrahedral void is nothing but the empty gap exists between the 4 spheres which occupies the 4 corners of a tetrahedron. And what is octahedral void? So the empty gap exists between 6 spheres which occupies the 6 corners of an octahedron. And then the fourth question is, what is packing efficiency? So packing efficiency can be defined as the percentage of the total space occupied by the particles. So in the 3-dimensional close packing arrangement, particles will be present. So those particles are orderly arranged. In between the particles there is an empty gap. So leaving the empty gap, whatever the area covered by the particles in percentage form can be taken as packing efficiency. So packing efficiency can be defined as the percentage of the total space occupied by the particles. It's called packing efficiency. So these were the different questions that arises based on the last topic covered.